So, what would you do if you went to eBay and you purchased something under the pretense that it was in one condition, but when you received it, you found that the description was not entirely truthful? Well, something like that has just happened to me. Thank you so much for watching the video. It's been a while since I've done a video like this, hasn't it? Well, I wanted to remind everybody that I do these kinds of videos, and here's one for you. Now, this is a different kind of video. I'm in a different situation than usual with these kinds of things. An eBay junk video is usually a video that I would put together, which I've only done one, but this was the idea behind the video that I was going to make. Was that I purchased a new 3DS XL, and I had purchased it that under not working condition. Now, in the description here, it said that basically that it did not power up and that it didn't charge up. And me being the kind of guy that I am, I repair things. We all know that. If you've been watching my channel, you definitely understand that that's something that I do. And I felt like, hey, I could take the risk here and purchase this because honestly, I have never ever purchased something on eBay that did not match the description. Almost everybody out there on eBay is usually honest about their goods that they're selling, but every now and then you run into somebody who's not being entirely honest. So, let's get into the blood and guts of the situation. I purchased this new 3DS XL from a guy named Glenn. And watch out for this guy. You can see he has a very low feedback score, so he hasn't been doing the eBay thing for very long. I, however, have over 400 items purchased on eBay, and it dates back well past 10 years. And in that time, I have never, ever asked to return something. I've never done it because, as I said, almost everybody out there, at least all the people that I've dealt with, have been honest. And if there was a mistake ever made, they always refunded, no questions asked, that kind of thing. So, what happened? Well, basically, I purchased this, like I said, under not working condition. It wouldn't hold a charge and it wouldn't power up. So, I looked that up on Google and I found that it's the easiest thing that you can fix on a new 3DS XL. Even on the old 3DS XL, it's an easy fix. Usually what happens is someone has tripped over the cable as they were charging it up, and when they did that, they broke the little pins on the inside, and they just need to be resoldered to the motherboard. So I thought, all right, well, since that's the situation, I'll go ahead and buy this. So I bought it now at $64.99. It seemed like a really good deal. And again, it did say, not working condition, won't hold a charge, won't power up. It also says may have other defects that we don't know about, that kind of thing. All right. So I get it. I unbox it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and fix this now. So I set up the camera, and upon opening it up, just opening up the back of it, which you can see here, that's what I'm doing. It's all I needed to do. I could see that there was water damage, okay? There was a lot of corrosion all over the place, and I thought, my God, this guy has, he's possibly sold me something that did not fit his description. Not only did I notice that it was water damaged, but I also noticed that it had already been opened and that someone had tried to make a repair, discovered that they couldn't make the repair, and then closed it back up. Now, water damage on electronics is much different than won't hold a charge or power up. Now, as I mentioned to you before, the won't charge or power up problem is a common problem, and it is the easiest issue to fix. So this person, Glenn, was aware of that, and he also knew that if he tried to sell it with the label water damage, that he would have far harder a time selling this item. So I decided, it took me a little bit. I was like, okay, it said that there might be something else wrong with it other than the power and all that. But the more I thought about it, the more I kind of put it together that what I just said, that the guy knew it, And as I said, I could tell that it had been opened. The screws, there was one screw in particular that was not screwed all the way down. So they had gotten lazy and they just kind of, I could tell. And there was also a ribbon cable that was kind of pinched in the, in the body there when it was closed back up, which I didn't really get any footage of that. But it was there. I could tell that somebody had gotten into it and discovered that they couldn't fix it. So they pushed it off onto eBay and did not properly label it. Well, I got to thinking, I was like, okay, I do have a friend who lives in New York who works on these kinds of things. Maybe he can fix it, for a fraction of the price that Nintendo would fix something like this. Nintendo, upon going to their website and kind of looking to see how much it would cost to fix a water-damaged 3DS XL, I found it was going to cost like $80. So 80 plus 40, you're at $120 there, and I'm not entirely happy with the thought of spending $120 altogether on this thing. I feel like I've already put the money into it. If it had been properly labeled under water damaged, I wouldn't have purchased it because I wouldn't want to go through all of this process with Nintendo and pay them, So anyway, I sent it to my friend, had him take a look at it, and he tells me, dude, this is severely water damaged. I'm going to have to replace the whole motherboard and the battery board. It's all fried. Your screens seem to be okay, but he doesn't know. So it's like, okay, I might just have a good shell, This guy also listed it with no returns, but I'm protected under eBay with get what you ordered or your money back. Now, what I ordered was a new 3DS XL with the problem of it doesn't hold a charge and it won't power up. I did not purchase a new 3DS XL under the pretense of severely water damaged, okay, which would have been the proper label for this guy. If he had labeled it this way, then I wouldn't have a case against him. So I decided to get eBay involved, and you're required to contact the seller through this return form. And if you can't meet a mutual agreement, they give you, I think it's 3 days for both of you to come to an agreement, and then eBay will get involved. So here's how that went. Now, reading from the bottom up on this page, we're going to read this together. At the very bottom is my initial message to him, and then the second one up is his response, and then the one at the very top is the last response that I sent to him, and he has yet to respond, and more than likely will not. So I sent this message to him. I requested a return under the doesn't match description or photos, and my message reads like this. So, upon further investigation into your doesn't charge or turn on new 3DS XL, it is apparent that the machine was very badly water damaged. It's also apparent that the machine had been previously opened to see if it could be repaired before it was listed on eBay. This is a situation where you sold something knowing very well that the water damage had happened and sold it under false claims, and tried to cover yourself with may also have other issues. Luckily, I'm covered with eBay's money-back guarantee, so either way, this situation will be resolved. A few hours later, he responded with, "This item was sold broken. You bought it for far less than a working one would cost. Then you get inside it and see that there is more damage than you hoped and now want me to take it back. I'm not cool with that. Why do you think it is okay to do this to people?" Because you think eBay lets you do it, then it's okay? That is not Sewell. That's not Sewell, guys. eBay will not let you take advantage of sellers if you do it wrong. I do not offer returns and the item was described correctly. Other sellers may not stand up to you, but I will. You bought a broken item and took it apart and now you want your money back. No thanks. I have lost too much dealing with people that want to stick it to me on here, and I will see what eBay says about this. Can you buy an item that is described correctly and then take it apart and tell eBay you got inside it and still return it? If it was not described correctly, then eBay would let you return it. But you cannot take it apart and then return it. And when it is described correctly and the seller does not offer returns, then you have to keep the item you bought. So this guy's going to tell me how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing about this. If you can tell the tone of this and the point that he keeps trying to make, which, keep in mind, I never once disclosed to him that I opened it up. I never ever disclosed that information. What I said was, it is apparent that the machine was very badly water damaged. It's also apparent that the machine had been previously opened to see if it could be repaired. Okay? That's all I said. I never ever said that I opened it up. Okay? So, what's happening here is this guy is trying to make me feel guilty. He's trying to make me out to be the bad guy. You know, why do you think you can do this to people? And again, he keeps emphasizing on the whole thing, like, you know, you think you could open it up and then tell eBay that, and that they're gonna you know, accept your return and all this. The reason why I know he's lying, notice that he never ever once said at all, no, we never opened it. No, we didn't know that it had been water damaged. He never ever disputed those claims on his behalf. He never said anything about it. He just completely ignores that and tries to attack. And this is a common technique or defense that people who are guilty like to use. Okay? It's very apparent that the guy is guilty of everything that I said. He knew it was water damaged. He never disputed that. He never disputed opening it up. And because of those things, it's loud and clear to me that he's well aware of the situation. And let's get on to my last response to him. This is a long one, so. You knew it was water damaged when you sold it, and you had the audacity to try and make me the bad guy here? Do you know what it's like to work hard for your money? How would you feel if I sold you something under the pretenses that it was one thing wrong with it, but I was well aware that it was something much worse than I was letting on? You wouldn't be very happy about it at all, would you? As a matter of fact, you would probably be pretty upset, and you would want your money back. Now, I have a clean record of purchases on eBay dating all the way back past 10 years, and I have never asked for a return, ever. So no. This isn't a situation where I do this to people because eBay will allow it. The fact that you never denied knowing it was water damage or never denied trying your own repair speaks volumes about this situation. Now, you can either do this one of two ways. You can go ahead now and give me the refund and I send you back your item, or we wait a few days, I get eBay involved and they force your refund and I explain to them that the item should be taken out of circulation and you get nothing back in return, which is what I would prefer since we both know you'll sell it again on eBay. How dare you? How dare you imply that I'm the bad guy in this situation? Think about how eBay is going to look at this before you respond, because I'll be sharing everything you've said in this reply with them. You know, if I wasn't qualified to make repairs on these things, I probably wouldn't have even known it was water damage, and you probably would have gotten away with what you've done. You weren't counting on that, were you? Now you're upset because you were caught. Make your choice. Refund me and keep your standing as a good seller, or decline and face eBay. Guys, no matter what you purchase on eBay, it should match the description. Now, as I said, this is where it kind of, there's a big difference between won't hold the charge or won't charge at all and won't power up. There's a big difference between that and water damaged. Okay? I mean, these are two totally different things. He was well aware of what he was doing. And I'm sorry that I couldn't bring you guys a better video where I bought something on eBay, got it, and repaired it, and now it works, and, you know, I saved money, and I'm sharing with you, you know, that these things can be done. I'm sorry that that's not the kind of video that this turned out to be. I was really hoping that that was something that I could do, but every now and then you meet these people, you run into these people, you buy from these people who are just completely dishonest. Be careful with your purchases on eBay, guys, especially when you're buying things that are broken or for parts. Even if you do feel confident that you can fix it, you may run into a total douche canoe like I did here, and they might sell you something that they already knew, or that they knew was in much worse shape than they were letting on. What do you think about this situation, guys? Do you think I'm in the wrong here? Do you think that he made it loud and clear? Or do you feel like he was being a sleaze bucket and he knew goddamn good and well what he was doing and he was just trying to make a quick buck out of the old Drumblanket? Let me know in the comments below, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, because I would like to know that so I can make more videos, hopefully with better endings to them, out of eBay junk. And thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video.